they scroll through. I'm on YouTube too, as we try to do. Go on both. If I can get this thing to stand up. I get the worst freaking mic stand setup ever. This forward. Now, what if I sit back? Right, we got Vader with us. What's up, pal? Sayed Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum, my friend. Benson Tapatelu. Benson Tapatelu. Hey, you got to try to make what you can out of these. I love reading the names on the talk. Ryan Lepore. Holy moly. Cure muscles. Be said. Sabian Castillo. Well, if I can, it's still nobody. All these names, nobody on board. Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? Andrea's with us. You guys got a. Oh, I forgot to change my. Didn't I? I forgot to change the title of this stupid thing, didn't I? Let's see what I hear. Flip the camera. Background noise. Comment. Got here. Mirror my video. Here you go. Got a T-shirt for you today, right? See who joins on. Budman. Religion isn't evil. It's just myth guided. Who's got a hangover from no kings? Did anybody go out protesting yesterday? Oh yeah, I'm pretty involved here in K-Town. Got camos on and got up on the podium and spent 3-4 hours out there just whooping up the crowd. It was pretty energizing. I got to tell you, community organizing is a pain in the ass, but it pays off when you see the kind of turnout that we got everywhere. Because I don't care where you're coming from. If you think what's going on is cool, then you're an idiot at this point. You're just an idiot. And again, I'm not. Hey, what's up? Cutie Hippo is with us. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. I didn't know I didn't have to flip it on YouTube's actually. Is it always not? Oh, I never noticed that YouTube cameras like that. It's not a selfie, so I didn't have to switch it. But I switched it on the talk too. Thanks for joining us. We are on YouTube. Thanks for the likes. Love you people so much. Cletus Van Dam, my guy, the cosmonaut, swinging on by. How's your the cosmonaut? How's your space capsule, my friend? You coming back now? We got some Soviet space junk coming in at us. Russian, I should say, I suppose. I don't know when that's going to happen, but they were worried about there's a big satellite coming back in that maybe not going to burn up all the week. Yeah, to warn us about that. Thanks a lot, pal. Don't look up. Yeah, it was kind of cold today in the north because it's March, right? It's not it's barely spring, and that just means cold and shitty weather. But it was sunny, and we had a nice turnout. A couple of thousand people on the streets in K-Town to demand regime change, right? I mean, at least we're up there with our right out there with our intentions, our purpose, our goal in America's regime change, isn't it? He won't say it. And I'm down with regime change in Iran. I got to tell you, this is I was there, people. I was in high school when they took the hostages in '79, and the whole thing went upside down. And they should have dealt with it then. Honestly, they let it go too long. The fact that they're even anywhere close to having a nuclear bomb is just not. You cannot let the theocracies have a nuclear bomb. What's up, Bohemian? Lucy's with us. Bohemian. Yeah, pretty good. We're on the talk too. Cutie Hippo joined us over there. So or on the tubes, on the YouTubes. We protested all day yesterday. Yeah, we were out. We had music. We had songs. We had folk songs. We had protest songs. We had a skit mocking the first felon, mocking the world's stupidest president that's ever lived. Really, the most cruel shank of a turd that we've ever fucking had in office. It's really embarrassing, this guy. And watching the numbers go down every day is really hysterical. It's like, and they're still like, they're hanging on. Yes, the Republicans that love him, they approve, but underneath they're like, this motherfucker. He literally can't do anything without shooting himself in the dick, man. We are literally living through the idiocracy. This is the dumbest fucking people in charge. Too much ado. What's up? Happy skipping church day. Yeah, you know what? Church sucks. Yeah. I'm secular and I vote. Gave a lot of these away. If you haven't joined FFRF, it's time for you to do so. FFRF.org, my people. Anti-tithe day. I love that. But yeah, go to ffrf.org and pay $40. I know you got $40. You probably spent $40 on some shit that's going to kill you this week. Give them $40 so they can keep paying the lawyers that are literally the only thing standing between us and a theocracy of our own, right? What did I just say? We don't want theocracies with nuclear bombs. It's a bad combo. It's a bad combo. People who want the apocalypse shouldn't have nuclear bombs. But that's how stupid these people are. They really think we're, the whole this is all people are, things are being put into motion. Really? Yes. Yeah, it's bottling today, huh? You got you some syrup reduced down there, and you bottle in some syrup. Why don't you send me some damn Maine syrup? Boy, I can always use some syrup. I hate paying the price. Ooh, syrup, expensive. That is something that's just like that comes out of the damn trees for free. It's so expensive. You ever wonder about that kind of shit? Rocks that people dig up from the earth, so expensive. Arbitrary, right? Why? Gold and diamonds, really? Of all the fucking things? How about, what about a commodity of, peace and love? How about, why can't we make that a commodity, right? People fighting over rocks. I just learned that, like, emeralds and rubies are more rare than diamonds. The diamond industry was essentially cornered by De Beers, and they artificially, control the supply and we're able to set the price. So, yeah. Who's a sucker and paying for diamonds? I mean, Jesus, I don't know, how much money do you got to be to waste it on fucking diamonds? I don't get that. Maybe that's, maybe I'm built differently. If I had diamond money, I would not be spending it on diamonds. I get that. It takes a lot of work to light a fire and watch it fucking. You forget who you're talking to, pal. I get it. Obviously, it's a process, and you end up with a lot. You need a lot of syrup to get a little syrup, right? You need a lot of sap to get a little syrup. I get it, but I'm teasing you. Oh, it's a lot of work, man. I really had to bend over and light a fire. Stir that shit once a day. Let it reduce. Yeah, you're killing it, buddy, out there. But I remember, like, when you're like 8, 10 years old, a 5-gallon bucket of sap is heavy. I had a cousin who was a little older than me, and that's what they did. And he was toting them things. I tried to pick one up, spilled it everywhere, and no, man, I got in trouble for that. Yeah, 45-1. My guy, too much to do, he knows. But again, it's a great way to, it's like the guy up by the quarries up here. One day in the 30s, old boy dug up a rock out of his field. It was as big as his, his half a room or whatever, and he put it in a cart and he took it to Chicago. It took him 2-3 days to get to Chicago, and he sold it down there for $300. He's got one of the biggest quarries in the country now, and they have diamond bladed saws that are as big as a room, like literally 30-foot diameter saws that cut giant limestone slabs into tile for people to use. All started because the guy was bored on a Sunday, and instead of going to church, figured he'd sell a rock to a place that didn't have any. Hey, been a while. Yeah, it has. How you been? Someone else is here. Black Atheist Rants, what's up, my guy? Jessica Emberho. You an Emberho? Lit. I love it. ¿Cómo está, Lee? Aquí tenemos un show bilingüe. Aquí, pues si quieres comentar en español, te hago mi mejor para la respuesta. ¿Ok? Chesco. Hello. How you doing, Chesco? What's up with you? Yeah, you got to pay unless you're doing wood fire. There was always wood fires back in the day. Same trees that were giving you the sap gave you the dead wood to light the fire under a big ass. Yeah. So, but yeah, if you're doing that on a stove, hell yeah, no. And then you got to bottle it, ship it around. I get it, and it's so good, right? I can't eat that corn syrup shit. I don't really like syrup on a lot of stuff anyway. I'm not a sweet breakfast guy in general, but when I do it, I want real maple syrup, and can't really have waffles without. See, pancakes, I like eggs, like runny eggs on pancakes and butter, even like crepe style fruit, I like that, but just putting a bunch of friggin' log cabin syrup on pancakes, man, Jesus, that's for kids. That's for little kids. Discussing a protest for regime change. That's the AR summary so far. Well, talk more about maple syrup, I think, than regime change. But we had everybody. The most inspiring thing about the protests was, oh, hey guys, my gal, sorry, over there talking to each other. Good. I don't mean to ignore it. I do have my cameras lined up, but it means I can't see the YouTube comments. So be persistent if you're joining us on YouTube, because we have finally achieved our goal of 1,000 viewers on YouTube. We're very, very, very happy about that. I'm not sure how it happened, but it doesn't matter because we're going to use that. I'm really thinking about running for office, quite honestly, from the middle, being at the rally, being at the protest, just being at the center of it, and doing fairly well at that. It's a niche of mine. It's a milieu. It's my home field, in fact. So black walnut syrup has more flavor. Yeah, it's probably because of the toxic quality of black walnut. Yeah, black walnuts we don't encourage in the landscape business because you can't grow anything underneath them. But yeah, the fruit we always ate. Hickory nuts too. They're not a lot of meat inside of them, but we'd collect them and pick them apart and eat them. Back east, black walnuts were a thing. Black walnuts here in Wisconsin and Illinois. Yeah, nobody needs that. The sticky shit that comes off them on your cars. So I trust you. I believe that syrup's probably tasty to you, Matt, but nobody's encouraging the black walnut groves. Good morning, white man. Yeah, well, sugar maples are where syrup comes from. I've never really heard of black walnut syrup. I didn't know they had sap that you could reduce. And that was sweet. I'm surprised that's not a thing, but it sure is, black walnut syrup. Huh. We'll have to look for that and try that. Thank you. I've been edified today, educated, have I. Love that. But you see everything. I get 2 black walnut, and then they just shove the maple syrup ads, right? Because you put syrup up there. It's a premium walnut syrup. Oh, it's like really light, right? Like I could see like flavoring drinks with it. It's like a drink flavor, like they put with your alcoholic drinks or your fancy coffee thing, like the syrup bottles. That's what this that I brought up is. Does it come thicker than that for black? Here's one. Yeah, see that looks like from Cross Plains. That's cool. I honestly never tried black walnuts. Holy shit, man. Well, I'm not gonna go on about black walnuts, but love sarsaparilla, love beach beer. I have a huge silver maple. Can you tap that? Ask my guy. I don't think so. Sugar maples, what's up? And silver maples, they just saccharine them. It's so I'm, maybe you can do that. I'm sure you can tap anything, right? Well, birch, yeah, birch soda and birch. That's awesome. Birch is a great fucking family of trees. The black birch or cherry birch is wintergreen flavor, and we used to take if you scrape off the cambium, layer, you can make tea out of it, and this is the thing. That's a camper survival thing. Growing up, that's where they get wintergreen flavor. It's not a different plant. It's from the birch tree, the black birch tree, and sassafras, right? Grow up sassafras trees. We used to make tea from sassafras and soda. Yeah. There you go. Silver maples just not as much sugar. That's why sugar maples are Acer saccharum and silver maples are saccharinum. One is saccharin and one's just sweet, right? I don't know what the fuck do I know about that. Yeah, thanks, Cletus. Yeah, the monocots do well. If you like hosta, if you like daylily, that shit that can't die. Yeah, but if you want to grow a real garden, people aren't planting black walnuts. It's just, that's for a native landscape somewhere at the end of the property. If you have it anywhere near your driveway, it's just shit's crap all over your car. It's disgusting. Yeah, grass grows real well up under the black walnuts. Yeah, it's in my observation that this isn't from college. I've been in this business for 35 years, and what grows under black walnuts is monocots, which is fine. I love a nice hosta garden. What's up, soaring above tyranny? Yeah, yesterday they say sassafras is a carcinogen. Yeah, well, something's gonna kill us, I guess. I don't know. Sugar, black, red, silver in order of quantity of sugar per gallon. Yeah, okay. That would make sense to me, quite honestly. Yeah, so you got a black walnut. I got nothing against black walnuts. It's just that it's not a convenient, suburban landscape item. But they seed themselves. Obviously, they form colonies and groves very fast. Yeah, no, if that's what you got, then that's the best thing. Just let the grass grow right under it. It does well. I think again, it doesn't the dicots that would be its competition can't. The clover and the creeping Charlie and the violets, all that shit has a hard time under black walnuts because they transpire a toxin. Glock What's Glock? Welcome, Lon. Clover attracts deer and rabbits. Yes, well, we know a monoculture is really it's anathema to healthy landscapes. I got off of the YouTube comments for a second, so catching up over there. Yeah, I mean clover. We need clover for the honeybees. For fuck's sake! I mean, the people that try to kill. I'm in landscape and I'm torn because turf grass is evil. It's just poison. It's a monoculture. Nature abhors a monoculture. It does everything it can to avoid it and correct itself when you let it go. Think about it. Your grass will be gone and go back to nature in a matter of weeks if you stop mowing it, fertilizing it, irrigating it, all of that. Clumps of bluegrass would have been part of a healthy shortgrass prairie system. But yeah, we need to help the bees, don't we? I don't even love honey that much. They can keep the honey. We need bees, and bees are good. I'm cloning 20 red mulberry. I won't be happy until every car around is. Why? Why? Come on now. Mulberries again, non-native, real disaster. They would not have if we knew what we knew today, the asshole who brought mulberries here just because they figured that would keep the silkworms alive. Pendejo. Es más pendejo que siempre tú, baboso. Benjamin Franklin, world-class genius, right? Can't argue. Renaissance man, more educated than 90% of the assholes that come out of high school today. Benjamin Franklin, if he'd have known what he did bringing the willow tree here in that famous story, he'd have punched himself in the face. That shit, now you can't even buy one. It's pretty much against the law to propagate weeping willows on purpose, especially in urban areas where they just destroy sewer systems. They're not native. You don't, people have learned how many species have we lost across the world. And here we got Asian longhorn beetle and ash, emerald borer, all this shit. You plant a monoculture, you bring over non-natives, disaster happens. Kudzu, right? It's just everywhere, right? I don't know what you're talking about with the red mulberry. Then we need Latin, I suppose. The mulberry was brought over from China to feed the silkworms. The red mulberry, let's see. Red mulberry, Morris rubra. You know what white mulberry is? The fruit's all purple and black, isn't it? Zone 4 to 8, 30 feet to 60 feet. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That one's native. Good man. Morris rubra, yeah. Yeah, the yellow-wooded mulberry that we have around here is just nasty. It goes everywhere. But I like the idea of planting purple stuff. Use service berries, right? So it gets shit all over your neighbor's cars. Love it. I love it. He's an iconoclast. He's a misanthrope. He wants to shit on his neighbor's cars, my friend. Cookies are from Puerto Rico. Did they try to bring them to Hawaii? Is that what you're saying? But yeah, they do that. That happens everywhere. Jesus, the cats in Hawaii and actually gifts. Debating the best syrup from maple to see we switched to AI switched over to this being a syrup conversation. You live by an airport, cutie hippo. Yeah, what's going on with the fucking airplanes, man? I'm glad I don't have to fly right now because I wouldn't. I love to drive anyway, but man, A is bad enough putting your hands in someone else's, putting your life in someone else's hands who might be a drunk in the cockpit that you have no idea. Bad enough that they're Agent Orange, the first felon, the giant pig that is supposedly in charge of the country, is shit all over government workers that are necessary. Now I'm finding out here, so we don't have enough air traffic controllers. We don't have enough probably qualified mechanics. I don't know. I don't know how you fucking trust that shit anymore. I mean, we got planes going off the runway. We got fire trucks running in front of planes. We got just stupid shit going on. And now they're not paying fucking TSA workers. It took them 5 weeks to figure out a way to pay the TSA workers, man. When Congress gets paid and goes home to a vacation, while people who are trying to make sure you travel safely have to work without knowing if they can pay their rent or their car payment, you fucking people need to go, man. Congress is a piece of shit right now. Y'all think maybe that this fucking clown that's in charge of shit is not doing his job? He's doing whatever he can for him, and he's being unchecked by anyone in his own party and Congress in general. Why are we paying these assholes? It's a fucking embarrassment, people. When? He said drain the swamp, right? And then we hired Swamp Thing, and he didn't drain it. He bottled it and he sold it to his crony friends. What's going on right now is the most corrupt, sick fucking embarrassment that's ever been. They've put cruel, incompetent people in charge, and now we have cruel incompetency rising its head, or lifting its head up at every fucking turn. It's fucking sick, people. It's sick. It's a fucking embarrassment. How do you look at this from the outside? I saw a sign yesterday at the protest. It said, "Does this ass make my country look small?" Picture of Trump. Best sign I saw all day. Does this ass make my country look? Yes. Yes. Everything about what we're doing makes it look small, and we need to rescue it. We've miseducated people. We have dumb people in government. Not that that's new. Mark Twain famously talked about that. I don't know, Cleve. That's why I'm thinking about getting into it. The Democrats are imbeciles. They've completely went off the rails. They just suck. I think the people that are worthy, that are biding their time to step up and say something, will maybe make an impression when it's really time to run. I like Mayor Pete. I really do. And this guy, this Jimmy Carter cat from Texas, Tallarico, they are scared of him because he speaks to the heartland. He speaks to the Christian from the middle who likes to vote Republican because they think that's the Christian way. They think that that's the party that's more. This guy's a Democrat, but he says all the right things. He defends Christianity while keeping it separate from government. He understands separation. He understands that the violent rhetoric from the Christian right is not in line with Christian tenets. It's not rocket science, people. It's not rocket science. The morons in the country, and excuse my French and my classism, these undereducated country boobs that voted for this guy because they feel disenfranchised are our friends, and they will suffer just like the rest of us under the current regime. We need a purple party. We need to wrest, W-R-E-S-T, control from the extremes and just fucking actually employ common sense. They talk about common sense. You hear these imbeciles railing about, bring common sense. Yeah, there's only boys and girls. Bring common. They don't have a fucking ounce of common sense. Any of them. They hired people who put all our generals in one room at once. Is that common sense? I didn't go to West Point. I know you don't put all your best military leaders in one room together. How do you think that they're taking them all out in the Middle East? They have a meeting, we know, we blow it up. This pig keg's breath fucker is the greasiest, smarmiest, ugliest piece of shit that's ever. And he sits there and fucking uses Christianity to shit on the rest of us. You see his fucking church services, all this hateful crap. This is not what I was taught about Christianity. Country's not ready for Crockett. She's too much of a. You need somebody who those people can swallow right now. I like Jasmine Crockett. I don't, but she presents an optic that the people won't take yet. They won't. They won't. I'm sorry. I wish. But Tallarico's the kind to be the first one to say that she has good ideas and is on his side of things, and they just see things a little bit differently. And that's how it should be. That's what primaries are for. If I thought the country was ready for a dark-skinned, loudmouth black chick, and as long as you talk the right shit and wasn't in favor of the wrong shit, I'd vote for it tomorrow. Country needs an angry black mama right now, just whooping people into shape, right? That's common sense. Wash your ass, boy. Country needs a black mama. Nobody questions that shit, man. But yeah, if that's where she lands right now, I think she's got a long future in front of her. I just think Tallarico's the right guy to push the buttons in the middle. We need those people on the right who have a crisis of conscience right now, and those people are manifold because what's going on is bullshit. If you really, really love Christian values, you know deep down that this is wrong. All of this shit is wrong, wrong, wrong. The only people that think this is right are the dwindling number of actual haters that really think like Trump does. And the number every day you know what the best thing about the rallies was the young people that came out. Young people, college age people, little kids. I had open mic and people, one little kids after another. One kid, clearly on the spectrum, brought his ventriloquist parrot that helps him communicate, told a knock knock joke. Another little girl got up, 7 years old. I'm only 7. My name is Piper, and I know what Trump is doing is wrong. Okay, your parents, but at least they're showing her what's going on in society. And they can make their own judgment. Another little girl went up very eloquently, 10 years old, talking about it doesn't matter if you're black or white or what color you are. And why should my friends be this if they're this? And why shouldn't no? Love. And she was amazing. And it kept coming. They lined up kids college age who had written rap poetry that was thoughtful and good and heartfelt. Kids who tell a lady stood up and brought an Iranian couple, a local Iranian couple that were devastated emotionally because they can't get a hold of their family back home. There's no electricity, there's no internet, there's no anything in Iran, and they brought those people to the rally to make it real for everybody. There wasn't any, there wasn't special issue. Wasn't anybody standing up and crowing about Ukraine. There wasn't anybody standing up and crowing about Palestine. This is about America and us taking back our country that was meant to be of the people, by the people, for the people, back from a megalomaniac, an authoritarian, a would-be dictator who's using theocratic tendencies to rally a group of loud, motivated haters to keep bigots in power and to keep shitting on social progress, diversity, cultural differences, plurality in religion, everything that scares them because they see their world dying and they know it's dying and they know it's going away and they know it's unpopular. They know that most people don't want it. And so they're trying to force it down our throats. They're trying to rig the elections. Trump says that he went through a rigged election while he's open air, just not even being sneaky about it, trying to rig the next election. They're trying to force themselves a way to stay into power because they know that they would never be voted in again on their merits. They are shitty. They are terrible. They are hurtful, wrong, bogus people. And the scary part is that the woke left is no better. We have lunatics on both sides throwing bombs across the middle and the ones in the middle, the people that just want to get through our day, raise our kids, pay our bills, and have a little bit of time left over to watch a movie and get laid. We are the ones who suffer. We're the ones who suffer. All right. If I hear the right blame Biden once more for shit that was, all right, history, right? This is Trump's shit now. Biden. Deflection. Low IQ. Projection. You're low IQ. Every time I hear Trump call somebody low IQ, I'm like, yeah. He's remembering his 5th grade teacher telling him. I know I've said that 10 times for you regulars, but it kills me. Every time he opens his mouth, he tells you what he's doing while blaming somebody else for doing it. He mailed in his vote. You know how much he hates mail-in voting, but he mailed in his vote. It's laughable. And he'll have these people in his base will be, well, he's the president. He gets to do what he wants. No, he doesn't. He's either for it or against it. He's not above anybody. That's why the president only made a couple hundred grand, probably a little bit more now, but it's not meant to be something you should aspire to get rich. You're the same as every one of us. Oh, except you've never had to buy gas or groceries for yourself. How does the guy in the country justify that? He has Trump telling him that groceries aren't expensive when Trump, for a fact, I bet you, has never actually had to go to a grocery store and buy groceries from. I'd say that's something he's never ever done in his life. Why would he have? If I was in that position, I probably wouldn't either. But that's just not real. Yeah, thank you, Cutie Hippo. You're absolutely right. The reason we were in this position is because as kids, we were left uneducated about the reality of the world, propagandized, and politically illiterate. Rupert Murdoch bought all the radio stations in the countryside and all the TV stations, turned them all to Fox, and now all Granny gets is Fox News, so they can tell her any fucking thing they want. Oh, well, they couldn't say it if it wasn't true. So my grandmother was. Well, Robert, she'd show me the alien story from the tabloids, and then claim that they couldn't say it if it wasn't true. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I sort of enjoyed the Apprentice on some level. I guess I don't know. I don't find him terribly funny. I think he likes to call people names, and his base thinks that's funny. But he's opening up the door for a new way of doing business. I think he's proven that you don't need to be a gentleman or a statesman to do so. If I'm ever in that position, I got names for that guy. How about Dumb Donald? Remember Cosby Show? Remember Dumb Donald? So you couldn't do that anymore because calling people dumb is not chill with the woke crowd. But comedians get it, right? He's fucking Dumb Donald. Why doesn't anybody say that? Because the left are they're just too big of pussies to fight back on that level. How do you go up against a guy who has a nickname for everybody and you don't constantly barrage him with nicknames? If I called him Dumb Donald and Little Hands Donnie and Donnie Little Hands and Small Penis D, Small D, Dom with Small D, whatever it is, all of it. The insecurity president, right? A million percent. I would fucking kill. I would kill it. I would kill it. I've got a million nicknames for that piece of shit. Right? The little pricktator, whatever it is. I can make it up every day with him. But Dumb Donald and Agent Orange, those are my favorites. Ooh, violation. Ooh, violation warning, right? Here, guess which finger this is, TikTok. TikTok. It's starting to piss me off, TikTok. I mean, if I run for hours, I'm going to have to get off it anyway. I can't have anti-Jesus shit. I mean, it's one thing to be an atheist. Oh, it's restricted. Oh, restricted for 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. Pee Wee German. Pee Wee German. Somebody made a meme. Can you not see what's going on? And not see was written as one word. And everybody in power had one of those little tiny stubby mustaches that are very black, including Netanyahu. I thought that was pretty good. Gilded turd. Diddlin' Donald. This guy wrote an original song for the rally. Here comes President Donald Trump. He's a world-class creep and a champion chump. His mama didn't love him. He's a sad small man. Bag him in a corner and he bomb Iran. Bag him in a corner and he bomb Iran. Dozy Donald, the Dementia King. Well, he's already Sleepy Joe, so you can't make it. I think we got to get away from that. More like, we can think of a lot. Old Dumb Donald. Dumb Donald, the Dementia King. Yeah, I think because Dumb Donald's a real thing from history, character. I'm going to start calling him that. I'm surprised nobody's come up with that. Again, it's because you can't just be throwing around the D word anymore, no matter how dumb people get. Driveling Don. Yeah. How about Donnie Depends? Because he's shitting his pants. Dickless Don. The Dickless Don. Devone Staggs, I haven't given anyone a toot. No, I got people coming in, coming out. And Miriam is with us. Appreciate you, Tiamat. We love you for your interaction, man. I always appreciate you. Poster child for cluster B personality disorder. It's AOC or bust for me at this point. Mike, he's our guy. He's a socialist. If the Dems put up Harris again or someone like Newsom, like Newsom, I don't know that much about these guys. See, Newsom's got the right idea in that he just trolls Trump now, because that's what Trump does, right? So he's getting smart with that, where it's the rule book has changed. You don't need to be polite anymore because he took that off the table. I don't know why do they call him the president? If I was in the News Corps, he would certainly ban me because I would call him the first pig, or I wouldn't call. He's not presidential. I have a hard time thinking of him as a president. He's a puppet. He's a figurehead. He's a pretender. So I'm not a president, but I play one on TV. Rip Van Kankle. Live Faith. What's up? You better say hi, not just pass me by over here. Tried to stream at No Kings yesterday and got flagged for hate speech. The second you went live, see on the talk. Yeah, see, talk is a tool for Dumb Donald right now. Talk is a tool for Dumb Donald, and they've got that algorithm tweaked so that you see, I got, my visibility got limited for 10 minutes. Why? Because I said a swear word? No, it's because I called him the stupidest fucker that's ever lived. Newsom trolling. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in California. I don't know enough about his. Apparently, he's fucked up a bunch of shit. I'm not, but that's what we need. We need a guy like that. He looks like he's fun to hang out with, and he's not afraid to make fun of a douche, of a living piece of shit like this. It's got some tie lettering up there. God, I love that. Tie lettering is just so pretty. Pedodent. Wait. Oh, instead of president? Yeah, I was doing too much. I wish somebody would have manned my phone and gone live, but I'm conflicted too. Like my girlfriend is like, I'm putting on airplane mode. She doesn't want ICE like checking out where you are. If you're like tag you for being one of these rallies. Yeah, I don't think Newsom's the right guy. It's going to have to be someone like Tallarico or Buttigieg who can operate from the middle, seems to get people, and is not too cocky, and can leave the extraneous shit out. It just doesn't have anything to do with anything. And Tallarico, I feel like, is a guy who's in it to be a public servant. He wants to do the best for the most people, and that's all we're asking. Do the best for the most people, the greatest civic good, and the least harm. That's all. You listen to everybody. It'd be great if we could, make sure that everybody's wants and needs got taken care of. But unfortunately, the country's too big and diverse for that. It's never going to be. The extreme ideas are never going to fly. Do you think this country is going to vote for Pete when we can't even handle a woman? I don't know, Mike. I think a gay guy who presents like Pete is going to get elected. After what I saw, it's just cult of personality. A woman could get elected. She's just got to be someone who everybody likes, right? Even Oprah. It's like, yeah, maybe men don't love her, but they're comfortable with her. She's like an old pair of jeans you can stick on. It's people like that. Saw Stephen A. Smith. They really think he's going to run. I like a lot of what he says, and then he just keeps talking, and it's stuff that he doesn't know about. And all of a sudden, it's like, you know what? Shut up and listen to someone else for a second. But again, he's not wrong when he says, why is Congress getting paid? And these other motherfuckers have to do their jobs and not get paid. Again, Congress, we're going on vacation. I'll deal with it. What are they going to do? They're getting paid to stand up to Trump. That's what they get paid to do. To make sure that asshole doesn't get out of control. I think, I don't know. I don't know. It might be hard for him to. I honestly don't think. I don't think a majority of people care if you're gay anymore. I think the vocal Christian right has exaggerated the hatred that goes into that. Especially, I don't think a Nelly queen could get elected, but I think a guy like Pete can make it a non-issue. I really do. If anybody could. The world can provide for everyone's need, but not all of the greed. It's true. Yeah, if Harris runs again, good. More power to her. This is America. Let her run again. I think she's too shrill. They don't even like listening to her voice. I loved her. I don't think she's a great choice. I think she's too easily swayed by the woke left. That's really with shit that's just not relevant. And I think that's problematic for her. You need someone who speaks to the heartland, and they hate her. They're not gonna. You need somebody who's gonna grab some of that middle right Trump vote that went away, and I don't think they like her enough. And I think DJT will push for low yield nukes for the use of them. Whew. JD will pardon him. Yeah, I'm sure there's pardons coming for Trump because he's going to face jail. But yeah, I don't know if you can't New York, you can't pardon someone from state law. Ring louder doesn't make the right wing, Chris. I don't know what that means. Too much ado. A lively debate on political figures. Share your take on the candidates. AI, it's everywhere, man. It's poking it at us. Yeah, I agree. Harris is a flip-flopping establishment dime. I think that is going to work against him. Whoa. ¿Ah? ¿Estás en el chat? Sí, en mi show. Oh, va a ir mi hermano a sacar las mesas. Okay. Ahí abres, por favor, ¿no? Okay. Sorry for the freeze there. Somebody called me. It might have been an emergency. Appreciate y'all. Hail Sagan. Yeah, no, my damn phone rang. People know what I do. They fucking know what I do at 10:30 to 11:30, and they go calling anyway. AI is so stupid. I wrote a poem. It was funny. I wrote a poem, and AI tried to make sense of my poem. You could probably phrase this better. It didn't understand it was poetry. I'm like, okay. So I tried to make a more concise message and paragraph out of my poetry. It was hysterical. Not ready for that. I used AI. If you go to YouTube, and please follow us on YouTube, I put the thumbnail up is a thing I made called the Kristi Gnome, and it's Kristi Gnome as a garden gnome. Get it? It's pun. With an assault pew pew in her hand and a scared doggy in front of her. I figure it's like something you could sell as like a scarecrow, but to keep dogs who pee on your lawn away. So dogs will never come near your lawn again. Get a Kristi Gnome while supplies last. And added benefit, the bitch needs a job. So get your Kristi Gnome. I couldn't find an image of Kristi Gnome with the Mar-a-Lago face. There's all these old pictures of her, which is like crazy because she just changed her ass. Whatever it was, she was like a different person. Looked like a normal South Dakota mom, moderately attractive in a mommy way, too conservative for anybody to really be into, but just kind of normal looking. And now it's like, well, is that her? You can tell it's the same person. She does need an orange jumpsuit. Yeah, I don't know why the Dems is well. Clinton, she really did the work and she was qualified. She was just unlikable. But that wasn't like them. I think Harris was more of a Biden, let's get us a female vice president. We need to make history. She's nice looking. She doesn't have to be the mouth of things. And then she proceeded to just fuck it up as soon as she was vice president. Right? She became completely unpopular, embracing the crazy ass left. And she's got a shrill voice. I think she's gorgeous, so I never really thought. I mean, when you pay attention, you get why. The cackle and it's just not. And Hillary was just dour. She wasn't fun. She wasn't likable. If you weren't predisposed to vote for a Democrat, you never were going to go to her because she just seems scoldy and kind of had that kind of jilted wife pissy about her. That's too bad. I voted for her. She put in the work over the years, but I couldn't say I liked her. I couldn't. She was just a sourpuss to me. She needs covered in gravy and put in a. Yeah, I would feed her the dogs like young Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones, right? How they did him at the end, right? Here's your own dogs. They're hungry. Silver the Wordsmith is with us. Speaking of poetry, what's up, guy? I am too. That's why I'm talking from the middle, man. People get on here like, the Democrats suck, man. They gave us Trump. They delivered us this bag of shit on a plate. Sad trombone for the damn womp 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 womp. They really got to get rid of the old timers like Chuck. The Democrats are that old establishment Democrat shit. None of them are worth a shit anymore. Schumer has got to go. He's useless. He's unattractive to anybody on the right and most people on the left. He's just got to go. But again, these guys, they just want to stay in power. They love their cushy jobs. They're really used to their rides around town, and their staffs are getting flown all over the country. Friends and family called me a prepper, made fun of you. What, because you went to prep school? Is that what that means? Now they ask my advice, or prepping for the like survival. Well, that's what I mean. That's what it is to be smart, though. I mean, without toot my own horn. I was the same way. I got beat. I was little. I was a smart kid. I got punished for that. I was fairly athletic, but I wasn't any kind of cool kid. And I was a teacher's pet because I was a smart kid. And me and another kid, we got bullied. We got and now, yeah, it was worth it. Fossils belong in museums, not in Congress. Yeah, it's freezing up in front of the legs, like what's his face? Bitch McConnell. Oh, Mr. President, all right, understand talking this is running camera. Mini stroke, little help. Oh, yeah. Well, that Trump doesn't say. There was Trump going on about Sharpies the other day. The dude's half in the bag. He's half fucking demented. Every time Schmatzy Schmarby, Kathleen Levitt, Kathleen Levitt, or whatever her fucking gross name is, and her gross crosses around her neck and her bleach dye job coming off the pages of Schmittler Youth magazine from the 40s. Every time I see her, I get sick to my stomach. She says, working at Trump pace, right? Like they all work so hard and so fast because that's Trump pace. That's Trump pace. Trump, right to the golf course. Trump pace. He doesn't read the briefs. For what does he do at night? He doesn't read the briefs. He reads social media and fucking tweets. Half in a box, yeah, right? Too much to do. Casey Moroso, what's up? Live from London tonight. Good evening to you, my love. Tricky yellow purrs. What's a yellow purr? Tricky yellow purrs. Trump can barely read. Every time I hear him talk, I'm embarrassed for America. He makes us seem stupid. And then you hear like the German guy's got better English than Trump. Fred Mertz, better English than Trump. The Italian chick, better English than Trump. The Ethiopian guy, remember when he busted? He's like, "Hey, oh, wow, your English is real good. Where'd you learn it? We are an English-speaking country, and I speak much finer English than you." Imagine being the president of the United States and not knowing that Liberians speak English. It's unthinkable to me. It's like the movie about what was her Palin, right? The movie about Sarah Palin, where I forget what the movie was called. But Julianne Moore plays her, right? And once they realize that she's going to potentially be the vice president, they like take advantage of the time on a plane to like school her on world history, starting with post World War II, because she just didn't know, right? And the movie's like, yeah, wow. They make her be like, oh, this is so interesting to learn all this stuff. And you're like, okay, we have people in leadership. Pig Keg's breath. He doesn't know. He doesn't know world history. He knows how to fight like a war maker. No more woke bullshit. Yeah, slam a beer. Go God. Let's fuck some shit up. Booyah. That was a great movie. What was it called? Damn that. Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future passed away yesterday, but Trump is still going. Why? I don't remember Back to the Future in in that much detail. I don't know. People really love that movie, don't they? I loved it when it came out. Now it just seems like the movie where they give Michael Fox credit for black people's music. Really offensive today, but yeah, I loved it. It was a great movie. It was funny. It's obviously, but that movie has resonated culturally in a way that I cannot believe. People keep going back to that movie. I don't get why. I don't like them. I don't say passed away. And no shade, buddy. I mean, if you die, you die. I don't like euphemism. Passed. You passed. Passed what? Passed what? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it in my will. No one's gonna say I passed away. Fucking dead. That brother dead. Of course, it's a classic. It's just not that good. We're like, all right, remember that character from the? No, I've seen 16,000 movies since then. I get you though. It's like part of that song was like, "We're waiting. He's still alive, but we're waiting." Oh man. Oh, is that word? I don't know. Phil Flynn, I've had it. Die, die, die. I hope TikTok dies, fuckers. Game change. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe what people see as one of Elon's AI robots. Maybe, man. I don't remember the character. Let me look that up quick. Mr. Strickland, was he like the teacher or something? Mr. Strickland dead. James Tolkien. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen him in a million things over the years. Bald dude. Oh, he was 94. He had a few years on Trump. Oh, again, he passed away Thursday. To where? Don't like it. Don't like the euphemism. He went tits up. That's what we like to say. I heard somebody say that yesterday, and I was like, yes, yes. Oh, it was on the Pit. Great show if you're not watching the Pit. Not as good this year as last year. It's got a little like clunky, like let's teach you about this medical condition this week. Did you know 3 out of 4 people? And it's like, nah. The writing last year was much better, I have to say. Yeah, he was in Top Gun. Whoo! Well, R.I.P. James Tolkien. Not to be confused with James R.R. Tolkien or Smoking, Joking, and Token. Yeah, Top Gun. Time for a spray. Smoking ribs. All right. See you, babe. Sorry you love tyranny. Keep on fighting the good fight, man. Love you. No, Trump just turned 80. He just turned 80. I felt like he was older too, but and yeah, in those important ways, I feel like he can keep going. That's a sad thing, but hopefully we're. I think the stress can't help it. He's shielded because of his narcissism. He's shielded from the stress of people don't like me. He's like really it's a psychotic state. He really doesn't register that a lot of people hate him. He slams it down. Yeah, doesn't he turn 80 in June? I don't even think he's 80 yet. Yeah, right, amazing. If he didn't have the money that he had for the medicine I'm sure that fast food would have killed him. Right? That's another thing. You're the president. You can eat anything. He'll be 80 in June. Yeah. Um, I don't think he was born as much as hatched though, because he's not really completely human. Like I said, he's a psychopath, sociopath, narcissist on an obvious level, and a corrupt liar who has no morals when it comes to cheating people to get his way and to enriching himself. Um, was I just going to look up? Oh, Trump's age. Yeah, June 14th. That's right. He was born on Flag Day. Of all the things, one day they'll give him a folded flag, hopefully. But yeah, he'll be 80 on March 29th. It's coming up. It's like tomorrow, right? Oh no, June. That's sorry. It's telling me as of March 29th, which is today. Yeah, born on June 14th, 1946. He's a boomer. He's a boomer. Kelly McJelly. What's up, Kelly McJelly? Woo! Yeah, we should force him. I just want to see his college records. Every time he calls somebody low IQ, I'm like, "What's your IQ?" We'd be happy to see it. No longer with us. Has left the planet. That one I like better. Talking about euphemisms for shit in the bed, for kicking the bucket. They should just start using that one. Remember that one from they kick the bucket, right? But that comes from that's a schmooed reference, right? That's from kicking the bucket out from under you. That's what, right? It took me a long time as a kid to realize what that expression came from, right? Okay, kick the bucket. Um, but like I say, went tits up is my go-to. Oh, what happened to George Hickey? What did George Hickey do? Thanks for moderating, my bud. I don't even see any of his. Did they take off his when you? I don't even see any of his comments, man. Sweet. I literally didn't even read one. They must take it off. The old comments go away too. Well, that's awesome, bud. Thank you. Yeah, spamming about God. They've been emboldened. The God spammers have been emboldened by this overweening maudlin defense of Christianity, which is in such trouble. 86% of people are still Christian in the country or identify so, but 30% just don't care about religion. Is it you can believe in God and call yourself a Christian, but be non-religious? Yes, it's true. I mean, I was raised Christian. I do cultural Christian shit, but I'm entirely non-religious, right? But I don't call myself a Christian anymore. But that's just choice. You pining for the fjords. We do need a hero. We do need a hero. Yeah, appreciate you guys for hanging out. It's almost 11:30. If you got any last thoughts, hit me with it. Otherwise, I'm gonna get moving on with my day. You guys like basketball? I'm not a huge sports fan these days. I got too much else going on, but I like tuning into tournament games. I'm a UConn guy, and UConn's the best basketball team over the last 30 years. It's not even really close. But so it keeps me interested, right? But yeah, anybody still got a decent bracket left? Who do you like? You don't care? No, I get a feeling, moving in the atheist circles like I do, it's like, man, sports gets people don't give a living fuck about sports, and I tend to agree. Sports is overemphasized in American culture. It's good. Sports are good. They're not that good. They're not better than art. They're not better than science. They can have a seat at the table. Mike, my guy wants a big horn. Oh, that's for you, Mike. You don't watch college sports? Yeah. All right. Well, if you're in LA, you can't go wrong. And you're right there. It's like me from Boston. You can't be upset. Your pro sports are always winning something, right? So, my guy, man, there's one back at you. Imagine if all that money wasn't spent on what happens to balls. I know, right? But that's what people like. That's capitalism. People like it and want to pay for it. You can't take it away from it. You just need to stop overemphasizing it. You do it like in Europe. If you want a football club, you make a club and it pays for itself. You don't got colleges getting involved and being minor leagues and taking advantage of kids and dumbing down their own college system by lowering their standards so they can get good athletes, just so they can get more money from their boosters. Stupid. But Mike lives in Indiana, but he's a Dodgers. He's a fair weather guy, right? He's like, yeah, let me pick a team pick a place that's kind of. I'm an LA fan, right here from Simpsonville, Indiana. Oh, poor Mike. You know what? I hate Indiana. But so does he. Woo! All right, guys. Thank you. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Cutie Hippo and Bohemian. We're hanging in there on Sunday. Maybe we can get something built up here. We're going to try a different time slot too over there. But love you guys. Here's one more last blast for y'all. Yes. Love you people. See you later. Bye, YouTube. And we're gone.